live. 3, 2, 1. We are live. Let me just fix my camera over here. Hello, everybody. Well, not. Oh, your glasses are reflecting. It's a glare. Oh, that's better. No, what? Stop moving. Making me dizzy. Whatever, everybody. This is Jupiter's Love. I gotta remember to look over here. This is Jupiter's Love. I am talking about it's Kina, and that is my lovely, crazy king.
Iconic. My name is Iconic. 2 eyes to see. K for knowing over negativity is knowledge.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't feel like I was confident in what I was saying, huh? 2 eyes to see. When you see and you know over negativity is knowledge.
Okay.
Also, we know y'all watching. We know y'all watching. Go ahead, hit that subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Go ahead. We see you. I know you see us. So go ahead. Nope. Go ahead. Subscribe. 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 All right, now we're back.
Okay. Thank you for that lovely introduction, baby. So, today, as you guys can see, the title is Unmasking Infidelity, a deep dive into the show Cheaters. We're not going to dive too deep, but I have found it to be my binge watching show. And like back in the day, I didn't even know Cheaters still came on. Back in the day, you watched Cheaters and it was crazy. Cheaters have been on, I think I've seen up to like season 20. So it's been on for a long time. And I feel bad for the people that get cheated on. Some of them I feel bad for. But others, it's like, I don't know how bad I feel for you. For the most part, I find the show to be comedic. Comedic is a good word. It's funny.
Is it a
Some
word?
people, is comedic a word?
I
Comic?
guess it is to
I don't
them.
know. I just made up a word then if it isn't.
Trendsetter.
What'd you say?
Say you're a trendsetter.
A comedic. It's my word. I started it. But if you guys watch the show, like I always tell my king, like there was a lady that literally started crying because her significant other put cameras in the house and caught her cheating. Like she was crying hysterically, upset that he put a camera in there to catch her cheating. She wasn't worried about the fact that she got caught cheating. She was worried about the camera. One thing I am learning watching the show is a little communication goes a long way. Now, you have your exceptions of those people who just don't want to take no for an answer. They don't want to be broken up with. You know, they got a reputation to uphold and they cannot be broken up with. So they just not going to accept that you breaking up with them. So you literally just got to move on with your life and hope that they move on with theirs, but no, they're just going to call cheaters and say you're cheating on them, or they think you're cheating on them. They don't want to own their mistakes. They don't want to own their behaviors. Right, baby?
Right.
What? Okay, so we were talking, and we know when it comes to infidelity, and someone cheating, the biggest problem and the biggest solution is communication. You got to talk and you got to be willing to own your shit.
Yeah. Find out. The communication starts at finding out where you went wrong, not where the other person went wrong, where you went wrong at. Because start with yourself, then find out about the other person. Um, and this is on both ends. If I got cheated on, I need to find out what about me had you to go cheat. Then after I find out that, now why did you why did you cheat? Because of what I didn't do? But the communication got to start with you.
Yes. You have to communicate. If you're the one that wants to cheat, like if you're dealing with someone else or having thoughts of someone else, like before it even gets to that point of being someone else in the picture, you need to communicate with the person that you're with and say, look, this isn't working. I'm not happy. You're boring. Or we need to excite, liven it up in the bedroom. Because watching cheaters, I done heard all the excuses. And I think, honestly, I think at times because the person got caught cheating, they're revengeful or whatever. And so they'll say mean things. Like one guy was like, you're just boring in bed. You just lay there like a board. Maybe he was just saying that because he was just upset that he got caught cheating, or maybe he really needed that excitement of something different. But communicate that.
Yeah. But when it comes to reacting in a vindictive or vengeful way, it's really just the fact that you're hurt. And
Yeah,
saying hurt people hurt people. I'm hurt, so I'm gonna try to hurt you. I'm gonna try to
yeah,
make you feel the same type of hurt I'm feeling at this moment.
yeah. Sorry, I just thought about something. So let's talk about.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex.
All
Let's talk.
right, so I just asked the computer, what are reasons that people cheat, right? So let's go over this list. I'm gonna read them all, and then we gonna brush up on them.
Okay.
So it says dissatisfaction in the current relationship. So you're not satisfied. Lack of love. That's a big one, and I think that is because of how someone was raised, or like I think a lot of it's how someone's raised or previous relationships they've been in where they didn't get they just closed down because there wasn't any love there. Need for variety, neglect, lack of commitment, opportunity, peer pressure, revenge, or boredom. So for dissatisfaction, it says this could be due to emotional, physical, or sexual dissatisfaction. Some people might seek to fulfill unmet needs outside the relationship. That is number one. Would you agree, baby? Like if your needs weren't being met, you sought to find those needs being met outside of the relationship, even if it was just communication.
And speaking for myself and probably millions others, if they actually watch this video and subscribe again, um, is that sometimes those needs aren't even forefronted, so to speak, until we've sat down and thought about it after the fact. But
Yes.
like the fact of just needing to communicate, needing to I guess companionship or something like that. Like it didn't dawn on me that dang, like, okay, yeah, I wasn't getting that.
Hmm. I will agree with that. When we were separated and divorced, and I started, um, I guess it was around the time of the Facebook dating, but even prior to that, was somewhat dating someone, and there was needs that I had from our relationship that when I was dating someone and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna text this person thinking I'm gonna get a response back within a reasonable amount of time, like 20 minutes, 3 hours go by and there's no communication. That was a need that I had. Like, I need someone that's gonna be attentive and respond when I need you to respond. Like, not when I need you to respond, but in a reasonable amount of time. Like 7 hours later is ridiculous, especially for that person that was single. Like, I know, well, he was technically single. He lived alone at the time. What are you doing that you can't respond to me? You don't work.
We're gonna have to
So
take a part two. Quick.
already?
Yep,
Okay, well, I'll keep talking. Well, no. Okay, we're gonna make it part two. We'll be back, guys. Service interruption.
definitely.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'll be back.
Where were we when we were interrupted?
Yes, we are interrupted. And if you follow our channel and watch our videos, you know why we have these sudden interruptions. You know what I'm saying? But we
Mm-hmm.
ain't going to tell you about it because you're going to have to go back and watch the other videos. You're going to have to subscribe. It was in the very beginning, or not in the very beginning, but it was in the beginning. So subscribe. You'll be fine. So we were talking about dissatisfaction in the current relationship due to emotional, physical, or sexual dissatisfaction. Some people seek, some people might seek to fulfill unmet needs outside of the relationship, and I believe you were talking about your personal experience with that and not having your needs met, and I was talking about uh, when I started dating and realizing that there were certain things that I needed that I wasn't getting. It was vice versa. Like, some of the needs I knew what I wanted and I wasn't getting them. And other things I discovered, like, wait a minute, I want this, this, and that. Long story short, I needed all the things that you were providing for me, but it wasn't coming from you. It's coming from other people who weren't giving it to me.
That means it wasn't coming from them.
Right. Well, that's why I said other people that wasn't giving it to me.
Oh. Um. Yeah, like I knew, I didn't know at the time, but just like we both just said, we didn't know at the time until after the fact, and a lot of time that's what happens with people after they then either stepped out or tried to step out, and they realize that, you know, what I wanted from her, what I wanted from my wife at the time was communication, flirtation. I wanted to feel like I was wanted.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the chick made me feel that way. I didn't know that until after the fact.
Yeah. And so that's things that we're learning. Like, you're in a relationship, and so people feel like their needs aren't being met, but they don't find out those needs aren't being met until it's brought to their attention in one way or another. Like, they may be 100% content, but
A bird flew from under the car.
okay. Uh they may be 100% content until one day they're like, "Wait a minute. I have this need and it's not being met." And so some people choose, because they realize that, they were like, "Oh, well, this person hasn't been meeting this need. So Now I'm going to go and find it from someone else instead of communicating with the person they're with and saying, hey, I need you to meet this need.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden it ain't, it's freezing. Hopefully we can get through this without uh, too many service interruptions.
Yeah.
Um, so I made a whole list at the point I was like, I made a whole list of needs, of things that I wanted in a relationship. Stop it.
That sun look good on me. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah,
Son.
no, it does. It does. Um, so when I made my list, it was easier for me to, when I was dating, to find what I wanted and not accept what I didn't want. So for me, like when I started doing the Facebook dating, I almost want to say worst experience ever. I really do. I really do. There were some decent people on there, but there was some whatever. But in that mix, I realized like if I have a whole, you have a short bio, and then I sent what I considered an extended bio explaining what I was willing to accept, and not in a high horse, high and mighty type of way, but just I'm not for one night stands. I'm not some floozy. I'm not trying to just hook up with people. And I'm really trying to get to know people. And when I sent that, like one person even was like, oh, is this an interview? Am I interviewing for a job or something? Excuse me, next. Because really, we're trying to get to know each other. So if that's the energy you're coming with, then no. I have specific needs, and communication is one of them. And if you can't even communicate from the beginning, that's the problem.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, the when even I was on there too. That's how I met Erica. Um, Sometime if I wasn't physically attracted to him, I wouldn't read if they had a extended bio. I wouldn't read the extended bio because I'm like, well, I'm not physically attracted to him. Um, and the ones that I would read it. Um, so like a lot of ones that you may have got that didn't like you didn't read it, you didn't read it. Those are the ones that was I feel were only because you beautiful. And it's like if you don't take out the time to read what she put, then how are you gonna make time to get to know her?
Yeah.
And that's on both ends. Mine, like if I'm gonna put if I'm interested in her, then I'm gonna be interested in knowing everything I can about her. And see,
And even, go
I'm a
ahead, I'm
person
sorry.
of detail, so I would look at the pictures and not be like, okay, you're active or this and that and the other. Now with Erica, I don't remember seeing her, but she found me. So
Um, Even with that, when you make the connection with someone, it's like you ask them what are they looking for. That's the main question. That at that point you can say these are my needs. This is what I'm looking for. So I think being honest and open up front and letting people know like this is what I want, this is what I don't want, whatever, opens the door to make sure that from the very beginning your needs are being met, or at least a big chunk of your needs communication wise are being met. Now all that physical other stuff that comes over time, but definitely expressing your needs up front will save you time on the back end, because if you don't express those needs up front, then you're going to struggle to get what you want on the back end, because the person's going to assume you're one way when you're really a whole different way. So Moving on to the second one. Uh, lack of love. Sometimes people cheat when they no longer feel love for their partner. They might feel more attracted to someone else and cheat as the result.
Let me say this. When it comes to not feeling love, when it comes to not feeling love, I believe, just in my opinion, it happens when you stop doing what you was doing in the beginning to get the draws.
Yes. Yes. I hear that so much watching Cheaters. Well, the person used to wake me up with breakfast in bed, and I used to get roses on a weekly basis, or he'd stop by the store and get me one rose every day. And then they stopped doing that. And it's like, you were doing this, then you stopped. Nothing changed in my book for you to stop doing it. So, what's really going on?
Hmm. And see the thing, and please understand, yes, life be life and sometime, but like I was to at one point I went from every week because I was getting paid every week at the time, getting my baby some roses, some flowers, or whatever. Then it got to the point where it's like, dang, like you know, I forgot things, life be life, and sometimes. So it was like, you know what, and also because I felt like, well, this was my excuse because to cover up that I forgot, or man, stuff didn't work out right, or my hours was cut in some type of way, shape, or form. But it's okay because look at the house. We have plenty of flowers. You know what I'm saying? And she let it be known that even though she liked it or whatever, baby, if it's not, do it when you know that you feel like doing it. That let me know right then and there. That conversation was like, all right, so it went down to maybe twice a month because the roses only last almost a week and a half, almost at the most. And that's without tending to them. And to the point where it was like, yeah, once a month. But then I got a newfound joke of it because then I started like, you know what? Every time I feel love, it's just not uh every time I got paid thing. It's like every time I feel loved, or I'm feeling lovely or whatever, I would give her some roses or flowers or even a flower. Like, and yeah. So best believe if I was down there, I would get her flowers. And then I would try to get her flowers through our son that's down there. But look here, your account is overdrawn, and I'm not trying to get you out of the red just to get my baby some flowers. That ain't happening. You
It's
put
okay.
yourself in the hole, you get yourself out the hole. Now
It's
there's
a
been
thought that counts.
and there's been times where I sent her money and baby go pick you out some flowers.
Yeah.
So just because you're long distance don't mean that you gotta stop. Hell,
Yeah.
from here I've sent her edible arrangements.
Hmm.
So there's really no excuse. Either you are into her or him, or you not. But you need to start being truthful with yourself.
Yeah. Um, Number three, and we're gonna try and push through it. Need for variety. So some people desire novelty and diversity in their relationship and might cheat to seek new experiences. I can see that, but if that's the case, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. If you're a free spirit and you want to do different things and do different people, then being in a relationship, you got to communicate that with your partner and say, look, I'm into this and you're not, so we cannot be together. I've
Re-
seen that on cheaters.
Relationships come, a romantic relationship comes with some type of form of commitment, and if you're not willing to commit, then yeah, no, don't be in a romantic relationship. Now you can have a sexual relationship if that's what you are seeking. That's easy. But a romantic one, and but you don't want to feel like you're being what, shackled down, locked down, or all that stuff, then first I would say, I wouldn't say don't be in a relationship, but if you get into a relationship and you feel that way, then what about it? What about that relationship that makes you feel that way? Or is it you making yourself feel that way because you're not being truthful with yourself? Because if you was being truthful with yourself, you would be truthful with them, and then that way you would not feel locked down.
Yeah, that part. Uh, Number
Baby, do
four
you
is
feel locked down?
no,
I don't feel locked down.
no, and even to this, the need for variety. And we said we wasn't going to speak on this subject as much, but having more than one person is variety. So we've already encountered this and had the communication to say, look, I need more. I'm interested in more. I'm interested in whatever. And we talked about it. We agreed, and we still together. So
And there's no harm, no foul, no
you have to
nothing.
express your needs and that give that person the opportunity to
And time.
accept, yeah, time and to opportunity to decide if that's something that they're would want to do, because you may want variety and they may be like me too, so let's do it together. But you can't assume, you can't go cheat because you think that they may not be into it. Communicate with them and they might be like, oh, I've thought about that too, but I didn't think you were into it, so I never brought it up. Oh, now we both into it, so now we gonna both get variety.
Yeah. But I don't want variety. I want just locked and loaded.
Just locked and loaded. It's a good
Yeah.
way to put it, baby. Okay.
Yeah. I want to know. I want to know where you been at, type thing. And it's not no insecurity or whatever, but like, I know where my baby pussy been at. I know where my baby mouth been at. So even if we had a third party in the relationship, I still want to know. Like, it ain't gonna be no. I don't want no variety, because variety, you get a variety of diseases or whatever have you.
That part. So the next one is lack of self esteem. Sometimes people with low self esteem seek validation from others outside their relationship to boost their self worth.
Again, communication. Communicate with yourself, with your motherfucking self. Communicate with yourself, because if you communicate with yourself and you hold yourself accountable for things you've done, said, all that stuff, you communicate. And again, communicate with yourself, hold yourself accountable, and get to understanding you, your triggers, your likes, your dislikes. I love this, I hate that. I get to know you. And if you do, then you won't seek outside validation to make you feel good about yourself.
Mm,
Knowing yourself is knowledge, and can't nobody take that away from you. But
Exactly.
if you don't want to put the work into yourself, do not get into a relationship expecting somebody to put the work into you, because you're not gonna get what you want.
Well, you can't allow someone else to validate you.
You can't.
You just can't. So you have to validate yourself. You have to build that self esteem within yourself. Like my husband gives me compliments all the time, tells me I look good, and he be drooling over me through the cameras and whatnot. But I also have that. I have that confidence. I know I look good, so I appreciate what he's saying. But I'm whether he gave me that or not, I still feel good about me. So if you put that power in someone else's hands, they could take it away from you. And going to find someone else to boost your self-worth, then is going to definitely make you, because that's a need that you need from the person you're with, you're not getting it. So yeah, you're going to be like, okay, well, this person tells me I look good and makes me feel good, and you don't. So yeah, they're going to leave the relationship when you're not communicating with that person. Like, I need you to tell me A, B, and C. They may not want to, or they're the ones that's bringing you down and make you not even feel good about yourself in the first place, because there's a lot of that's called narcissism. Don't have a big ego because they're gonna pop it. So you gotta even look at who you're dealing with in the first place to realize if that's someone that you should be with, because I'm not gonna get with someone that I need them to validate me. Like, I'm no, no, it's not okay. My husband doesn't need me to validate him, even though he's sitting there looking fine as hell. He don't need me to tell him that because he already know he look good. See?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I get it, lack of self-esteem, but
My baby
getting
lagging.
I'm lagging. I don't know why. We were fine the first time,
Yeah,
and now,
you
but
good.
we
You good now.
um. So yeah. So don't the whole self-esteem. You got to build yourself up. It's called self-love. Um.
Oh, matter of fact, self esteem. Think about it. Let's break that down. Self and then esteem. Hell, take out the E. You got steam. Put in to you. Put the water into you. Biblical. Living water. Put the water into you. Let it steam up. It's living. It's making you feel good. And go about your business.
Yeah. So the next one, we're gonna try and speed it up. Um. Because I know your other bird should be arriving soon.
Yeah, come on.
Uh. So there's neglect. When one partner feels neglected or ignored, they might seek attention elsewhere. This can lead to infidelity. So I will speak on this personally and know that, yes, if you're not giving that person the time and the attention and you're neglecting them in whole, like if they're sitting on the couch want to watch TV and you sitting in your office for 10 hours a day and not acknowledging them, then yeah, they're going to feel neglected. They're going to feel alone. They're going to feel by themselves, where you can go out there and you can say, hey, I'm going to take an hour break and I'm going to come out here and I'm going to watch TV with you. Or, hey, I got a TV in my office. Come in here and sit with me while I'm working so we both can get what we want.
And what
I
she
learned
just
that.
said was that was our dynamic. That was what it was. She was in the office, and the office had somewhat space or whatever. And I was out there on the couch watching, and yeah.
Yeah, so I learned that personally, and I know moving forward, if I were to get an office, I'm gonna put a couch in there. I'm gonna have a TV in there. I like listening to my music anyways, but baby, come in here with me if I'm working or I'm working on our business. I'm working on paperwork. I'm working on documents. We're looking at properties. Come look at these properties and let's see what we think, or this land, or we're planning a trip. Come sit in here with me. I know to implement that in my relationship moving forward, or at the moment of realizing when we have the communication and conversation, this is what we need to do moving forward. We need to make sure that we're giving each other that time so that we're not neglecting each other. Because for me, I'm fine. I don't need that as much as my husband needs it, but knowing that he needs it, I'm willing to make that adjustment for him to make sure that he's not feeling neglected.
And again, like she said, come out into the living room. She sometimes my baby get into her mode where she don't even know she need a break. Come on, step away from the computer, come cuddle with your man, and we're gonna watch this show for 30 minutes or whatever have you.
Yeah.
Um Knowing that we are energy beings in a body or whatever, we need that connection. So with that cuddling connection, even for 30 minutes, I don't know that's my that connection, that feeling, that sharing the energy might be what she needs. Hell, it might be what I need. It definitely be what I need. You don't know until you do it.
Yeah. So moving along, lack of commitment. So you kind of brushed on this already, by saying if one or it says if one or both parties in the relationship aren't fully committed, that there's a chance of cheating. So if you're not committed to your relationship, and I do realize there's some people that just want to cheat, that will get in a relationship just to cheat. Like, I seen the dude, he literally said on Cheaters, like, it's about me. It's all about me. I don't care about you. I don't care about her. I get what I want. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to cheat, and y'all are going to accept it. And the one female stayed with him. She knew that that's what he was going to do, but she stayed with him. But he said it. I don't want to commit to nobody. I don't want to commit. And I think in that instance, don't get in a relationship or let people know up front. Look, I'm not one to settle down. So if that's what you're thinking up front, I'm not gonna do it.
And ladies, most of the time men say that. Most of the time men say that. There are women that say that and is about that. But mostly it be coming from the men. Whatever you do not try to change him. If he's saying he's not ready to settle down and commit or whatever, don't try to go out your way and do things to make him change his mind, because you're gonna feel empty and in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna empty yourself out to the point where when you're empty to the and you are at your lowest, you're gonna be looking for him to help fill you up, and it ain't gonna be there because he gonna tell you, I told you in the beginning, I'm not for any commitment in your relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna be, and that be the time that I should cut all my hair off and stuff like that. Like, no, don't empty yourself out.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm not gonna allow my wife to empty herself out on me.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the next one says opportunity. Sometimes the opportunity presents itself, for example, in situations where one is away from their partner for extended periods, such as on business trips. So I see this a lot on Cheaters,
Or a
where,
long distance relationship.
yeah. So, and we've talked about in the beginning how we make our relationship last through distance, and we'll talk about it again because we've done so much more, even in the time frame of recording that video, like that we can speak on. Like, we play games together, which I do want to play a game today. um we play games. Like, we're together more times than we're not, even though we're distant. And it's not insecurities, it's not whatever, but we'll talk about that. But the opportunity is, it falls into being neglect. Like, you left that person alone for 3 weeks at a time. You in your mind is like, okay, I'm being faithful. You're gonna assume that your person's being faithful, but they have needs. They have one girl that was constantly traveling. She was 3 hours away. So you're telling me that you're 3 hours away, and yeah, that's it's 3 hours, right? But at no point you drove back for cheaters to give you this information. You can't drive back on a regular or a weekly basis or every other day to make sure that your spouse's needs are being met. Spend time together, meet halfway, go out to eat, have that person come with you. If you, my husband told me if I go on a girls trip, he's coming with. I'll stay in the hotel, you go have fun with your girls, I'll be at the hotel, I'm there with you. I'm all for it. I didn't say no, it's a girls trip. No, we get in our own hotel room, he's with me, we can go do what we want to do, but he's here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if they're my friends, it shouldn't be a problem because he's not affecting our trip just because y'all know he's here in the state. I've had people that have no guys, no guys, no men, just girls. Okay, maybe while we're out and about and doing our thing, but he can definitely fly here and stay in the hotel or venture out and do his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're my friend, that shouldn't be a problem. Like, I've had a friend that say, "Oh, I want to invite so and so." Yeah, he can come. Like, that's your man. That's not. I don't have a problem with it because I'm definitely gonna do the same thing. So
So
no,
for
where there's the will,
out
there's a
there,
way.
just know I'm coming in more ways than one.
Stop it. Behave yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's opportunity. So if you think there's an opportunity for your partner to cheat and you're thinking, "Oh, he could cheat because I'm out of town for 3 weeks." Then what are you going to do to fix that problem? Come with me. I know it's a business trip, but come with me while I'm at
Like
my meetings.
3 weeks? Baby, look here. I'm gonna go ahead and get you a ticket. You fly out on a Thursday night or Friday night, and go back in Monday, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Make accommodations. If
ex-
you know 2 months ahead of time that you're going to be going out of town on a for work, all right, we both need to get this ticket. My work is paying for me. We gonna get you a ticket. You gonna come out 4 days. You gonna come the weekend. Like whatever it is. Like make it make a way. Make a way. If you love that person and you enjoy your relationship, it's not even about being insecure. It's not about being insecure. You're just putting in the effort for your relationship. Come on now.
you
I
put in,
say like
get out. You put in what you get out, and if
exactly.
you don't get nothing out of your relationship, then what are you not putting in?
There was a lady that would travel once a month. It was one of the episodes. She would travel once in a month to different distributors that she had for her business, and she was always out of the country. Okay, then why can't you are a business owner? So it's not even a business trip for work. This is your business. So why can't you get your partner keep freezing. Why can't you get your partner a ticket to come with you? Why can't you do business together? Why can't you be out of town? Okay, I'm gonna go see these distributors, and then after I'm done, we're gonna check out China. We're checking out Japan. We're Bangkok. We're gonna go see the elephants. We're gonna eat in the middle of the ocean. Like it's your business. Bring your partner with you. Like there's a way. Like I get frustrated with this one because it's like you can make a way. You can make a way out of no way. There's a way.
Yeah.
Um so moving on,
Oh
peer
snap.
pressure. Go
Yep.
to the car? What are you gonna
Be
do?
quiet.
I,
All right, come on.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, we gonna act like we ain't see those little checkered pattern pants you got on.
Oh,
That was funny. It's like you at work, you were on the video conference, and from the waist up, you look like you ready for business, and below you in pajamas or nude. Uh, so yeah, so I get frustrated with this one because where there's a will, there's a way. So peer pressure. It says in certain social circles or occupations, infidelity might be more common, creating an environment that fosters cheating. So I will say this, I used to work at a high-end hotel here in Arizona. Um it's probably the highest high-end hotel here. So if you know, you know. And stuff like this, it's the people that come there and the level of whatever, yeah, cheating is encouraged. It's encouraged. We're trained to not ask certain questions. We're trained not to say certain things because they may be there with the person they're cheating with, or they may be there with their significant other, but just last week they were there with someone else, or they may have come to the desk twice to check in because they're checking in with their spouse and they're checking in with their mistress, and their rooms are side by side. Yeah, we can't say none of that. So there's been times I haven't encountered it personally where friends would be like, "Oh, girl, he ain't good for you. You should cheat on him," or "I'm gonna hook you up with someone else." I haven't encountered that directly, where someone intentionally tried to sabotage someone else's relationship. I can't think of any situations like that, but it happens. Like people, and one of the biggest things that I've seen twice on cheaters is it'll be a sibling that'll say, "Oh, he's not good for you. We're going to find someone else. He doesn't treat you good." And the whole time that sibling was cheating with the person's with the sister's man. Why is she telling him he ain't good for you, sitting there cheating with him? So frozen again. We're going to end this up cuz at least it's not as bad as it was last time.
yeah.
Um But I think that's because we got off and the internet probably connected to the lower one because we were fine beforehand. So yes, if you're with someone, even friends, when they make comments like you deserve better, or depending on the situation, because sometimes yes, you do deserve better, but it's communication because maybe that person doesn't realize they're doing something wrong that is not acceptable. Like people are just doing what they do and they may not realize, "Oh, I didn't know you didn't like that," or "I didn't know that was a problem for you." So it's communication. But if you constantly got people saying, "Oh, you can do better," and they're encouraging you to cheat versus encouraging you to work it out. I have two friends that I'm still friends with to this day that never encouraged me to divorce my husband, to cheat on him, to leave him. One specifically was like, "Look, you're married. I'm not married. I've been married. I'm not touching it. Y'all work it out." So
And 9 times out of 10, if you have friends and family telling you you need better, but they don't know your relationship, then you've allowed too much information to go out about that.
can you hear me? I can't hear you. Did you mute it? Okay. So that's true. So like, yes, you've allowed too much information to go out, but at times, the friends that and sometimes people don't realize this, but you for the most part, the friends that truly care about you and your relationship and mean well by it, and those that are like, "Ooh, girl, you can find better, you could do better," because it's how they live their lives. So don't confide in everybody. I thought that I had someone that I can confide in, and I realized that the whole time that person didn't want to see me in a better place than them. That person didn't want to see me happier than them. I didn't realize it at the time, but yeah, it's always comments like, oh, you can find someone else or you're better alone. No, they want to see you alone because they're miserable. So they want to see you miserable.
Yep.
So you can confide in certain people, but just pay attention to the people you're confiding in. See how they live their lives, see how they do their relationships.
That
So
that's
let's
that's
move.
that's why they say if you women in relationships need to hang out with women in relationships,
Yeah,
or married couple, no singles or nothing like that.
yeah. I definitely understand that now. If my friends are not in a relationship, but they've been in relationships, I'm not gonna exclude them because they're not currently in a relationship. But when it comes to, like, let's say barbecues, you got four couples that are in relationships and then you got one single person. I might not invite that person because they may feel out of place. They may feel like all y'all in relationships and now I'm the only one here by myself. Like, it doesn't look good and it doesn't make that person feel good. So I wouldn't invite them.
Yeah,
Um, let's move on. So the next one is revenge. Some people might cheat to get back at their partner for something they
I thought we
perceive to
was
be
almost
wrong.
done.
Yeah, we got two more left.
Okay.
Or one and then another one. One and then the
Okay.
last one. So in this one is I seen this. It was a guy, it was a couple, and then it was his best friend. So his best friend kept telling the girlfriend, his best friend's girlfriend, he's cheating on you. He's cheating on you. He's cheating on you. And so the girlfriend started messing with the best friend that told her she was being cheated on, only to find out he intentionally lied just to get her. So it was revenge because she was like, "Well, I cheated on you because he told me you were cheating on me, and the whole time the dude wasn't cheating on her."
Mm,
So it's don't communicate. Communicate.
yeah. Communication will definitely block them snakes in the grass.
Yeah.
Because what you just said was a snake in the grass.
Yeah,
Not everybody in your circle belongs in your circle.
that part. And the thing is, if you have solid communication between you and your partner, then no one should be able to come in and say, "Hey, he's cheating on you." You're not gonna hear me like, no, he's not. Like,
And
no one can come to me and say, "Oh, your man's in Minnesota cheating on you." No, he's not. No, he's not.
mm-hmm. And make sure, especially as a man, make sure you know who got access to your partner. I hell, and vice versa.
Yeah. Um. So the last one is boredom. In some instances, individuals may seek excitement and adventure outside of their relationship if they feel bored or stagnant. That is true. So I've seen that too. Like, and even in the bed, they're like, "I'm bored in bed, so I found someone that excited me." You don't do nothing. I'm bored. I need excitement. I need variety. I need something different. I need other positions. I need someone who's gonna put a lollipop in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, put some pop rocks in there. I can't say what.
Apparently, the pop rocks was supposed to be for the man going on. Yeah,
I don't know about all
initially it
that.
was supposed to be the other way around. I was
Yeah,
like,
okay.
wow, I did not know that.
I think that would be weird.
We gonna try it.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. But that's the list. So dissatisfaction in the relationship, lack of love, need for variety, uh, lack of self-esteem, neglect, lack of commitment, opportunities, peer pressure, revenge, and boredom. If that's you, if you fit any of those categories, I'm gonna tell you how to fix it. Communicate. Communicate. Talk to your person about it. Tell them you're
Yeah.
not happy. Tell them you're bored. Tell them you need to see them do a handstand or something. Like, I don't know.
Don't sugarcoat it. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't
No.
try to make it sound. Don't do not try to protect their feelings from how you feel. You can say before you start, you can say as a disclaimer type, look here, these are my feelings. I understand that it might seem harsh or whatever, but this is the only way that I can let it out, and then we can talk about it afterwards and go from there. But
Yeah.
don't sugarcoat it. Don't beat around the bush, because if you beat around the bush, there's gonna be somebody in the bush.
Yeah. 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 So with all that said, hopefully we've helped you guys leave this video. Go communicate with your partner. Even if y'all are in a good relationship, communicate. Is there anything that you need from me that I haven't given to you? Is there anything you need from me that you may not have thought of, or is there something you want to say to me that you're scared to say? Just open the door and make a safe place. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to be upset. Me and my king, we can talk about, oh, she look good or he look good, or I like a dude that's this or that, or I like a female that's this or that. We can have those conversations. It doesn't mean that we love each other any less.
Yeah, and we've checked in time and time again.
So have those conversations. Be open with each other.
The
Be a
other birds and came in,
okay. Well, that wasn't
but
that okay.
finish your
Uh,
statement.
but yes, be open. Communicate that this is what I need. This I'm here to fulfill your needs. What is it? What do you need? Do you need me to give you flowers? Do you need me to make you dinner at least once a week to show that I love you? If that's what it takes, I'm willing to do it. I want my husband to make me some spaghetti or some. I mean, I don't eat chicken anymore, so he used to make some fried chicken and rice. It was so good. But
Well,
anyway,
if I perfect the
mushrooms. Yeah, see. So yes, have those conversations, and we hope that we've helped you guys today. We're gonna go ahead and end this video, and we are Jupiter's love. I'm talking about Tina. That is my lovely king, Mr. Iconic. He's over there. Um,
don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff.
please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all see that? Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. With that being said, don't ground your love, make your love out of this world. With that, we're out.